Good evening. The two major candidates for the presidency. The candidates need no introduction. The Republican candidate, Vice President Richard M. Nixon, and the Democratic candidate, Senator John F. Kennedy.
In the first televised presidential debate, the Kennedy versus Nixon debate of 1960, it was the first time that audio and visual recording media were used together in the presidential campaign. There was radio and newspaper photograph media, but it was the first time that the two candidates were seen interacting together, speaking about the issues relating to the presidency, such as civil rights and poverty. The citizens who heard the debate on the radio thought that Nixon won, while the citizens who watched the debate thought that Kennedy won. The fact that the debate was watched by millions of Americans changed how the voters judged, perceived, and decided which candidate was most fit to become president.
It made all the difference in the world because John Kennedy came out from nowhere. In effect, people knew who he was. I mean, he'd been senator, but not nationally. And he was such a charismatic individual that he just made a super splash in the country. And Jacqueline helped that as well, but she wasn't necessarily in the debates, but her name came up because he often referred to her as the attractive part of the duel, and everybody knew her better than they knew him, but it made all the difference in the world.
Did watching the two on TV change your opinion on the candidates?
I'm sure it did, because I'm reflecting now that I was a Republican, I am a Republican, and yet I nearly voted for John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy gained support for his presidential campaign by utilizing the media and the television.
I saw cases in West Virginia, here in the United States, where children took home part of their school lunch in order to feed their families, because I don't think we're meeting our obligation towards these Americans.
His personality was calm and charming, which the audience associated as a more well-structured president. Nixon was not as great in front of the camera, sweating, appearing ill, and failing to make eye contact.
Unfortunately, I think appearance is a lot to do with it. I think that when you look at someone and they look mad, or they're not an attractive person possibly, or they're kind of messy looking, you kind of like not tune into them, to where if there's someone kind of more put together, you watch them more, you believe them more. But it's also, I think, they get you to look and pay attention to look.
John F. Kennedy was the first American president who understood the political power of television. Kennedy had natural charisma and knew how to work the camera. During his administration, Kennedy discovered that the Soviet Union had put nuclear missiles off the coast of Cuba that were aimed at the United States. Then he used the medium of television to address the country about the crisis. He continued to use televised speeches as a way to inform the people of meetings with his advisors, and finally of his demand that the hostile Soviet Union remove the missiles. But more importantly, Kennedy used television as a way to reassure his countrymen in a time of fear.
The use of television, starting with the first presidential debate, changed the future of politics.